Hello, everyone. This is the first major session for Karnataka set, Gujarat set, and WB set. We are doing a free course as well as a paid course for all this. It is our Onam day, so wishes to all of you on Onam. Unfortunately, I am having a bad headache, and I hope I will not be boring. I will be energetic. Our free course will go on till the exam with polls and some classes for all these three set exams, Karnataka, Gujarat, and WB, West Bengal. But we will also have paid courses starting on the 9th. And if you join the paid course, you will get lots more lectures and live revisions, many materials to learn from, and also lots of quizzes and model tests. Right. So today's topic is non-British books and authors. I have a big PPT here where we will give an introductory outline to all the major non-British books and authors that you need to know for your exams. We have followed the question papers and the previous question papers. There are some authors and books that are not prescribed and all that. I'm not going into them, but we will deal with the major ones that we should know for sure. Okay? Because this is the first session, and because this is a free course session, it is only an outline. Those who are in the free course may please read up extra on these writers. Okay? This is like sure shot. From here, you will get some authors. Okay. In the paid course, we will be dealing with these writers in more depth. Shall we move into the authors? And people on Zoom, please feel free to open the chat box and chat. Okay? Today, we'll start with United States fiction or American fiction. American fiction. Okay? Now, all of you might know, but even then, I'm asking you, who is the author of The Scarlet Letter and The House of the Seven Gables? Who is the author of The Scarlet Letter and The House of the Seven Gables? Indeed, it is Nathaniel Hawthorne. Kaushiki, Shubham, you have answered me. Many of you are answering me. We are on this day, the 5th of September, starting a new program also. We are making a group, and I am inviting some of you to join that group. It is called Alumni Faculty Group. I will ask the Alumni Faculty Group to occasionally do a session or two together, 2-3 people together, etc. So that all our students will get to know our alumni, our previous students who have brilliantly passed exams, who have been trained at Vallath, and with or without the paid course, even in the open courses. So everybody who wishes to do that can let me know. We will add you, and slowly, this will also help you big time to improve your skills and keep updated. So many of the students today in this live session are our alumni faculty also. They will be dealing with revisions partly in the coming days. Welcome to this program. So let me ask you a question. In The House of the Seven Gables, there is a preface, a prologue. There, Nathaniel Hawthorne is distinguishing between two genres. Which are they? Nathaniel Hawthorne is distinguishing between two genres. Which are they? They are the novel and romance. The novel and romance. Okay? Very good. The Scarlet Letter was published in which year? The Scarlet Letter was published in which year? It is a very important year. 1850 is correct. It is in that year that who became poet laureate? Tennyson. Because that year Wordsworth died, isn't it? Tennyson became poet laureate. Do you know any other work published in 1850? Any other work published in 1850? It is In Memoriam, correct. And also the Prelude. In Memoriam and also the Prelude. Okay, thank you very much. Now, what is the name of the little girl in Scarlet Letter? Hester Prynne's daughter. Pearl, that is right, Pearl. What is the name of uh, the clergyman, the protagonist clergyman in Scarlet Letter? It is Arthur Dimmesdale. Arthur Dimmesdale. Do you know any famous short stories of Nathaniel Hawthorne? Famous short stories of Nathaniel Hawthorne. We have Young Goodman Brown. Young Goodman Brown. Then The Birthmark. Right. Nathaniel Hawthorne was a dark romantic. Like Nathaniel Hawthorne, Edgar Allan Poe was also a dark romantic. Do you know any of the short stories of Edgar Allan Poe? Do you remember any of the short stories of Edgar Allan Poe? The House of the Seven Gables, short stories. Raven is a poem. Raven is a poem. Yes. The Fall of the House of Usher. Oval Portrait, correct. Oval Portrait, The Fall of the House of Usher. Isn't it? Right. So those who are in the free course may remember, please look up these writers that we are mentioning. Nathaniel Hawthorne, Edgar Allan Poe. Okay. Edgar Allan Poe wrote an essay about poetic composition. Do you know that essay? What is the essay that Edgar Allan Poe wrote? The Philosophy of Composition. That is one of the famous essays. The Philosophy of Composition. Okay, very good. Then Edgar Allan Poe was a dark romantic. Can you name any other dark romantic other than Edgar Allan Poe and Nathaniel Hawthorne? Herman Melville. Okay, Dickinson was also somewhat related. At the same time, there were transcendentalists. Who are the transcendentalists? Do you remember them? Who are the transcendentalists? Yes, Smriti, you should listen to those recordings also. Yes. But there are some new areas also that we will be covering. J25 is fine. Yes, Emerson, Thoreau, Whitman. Correct. Emerson, Thoreau, Whitman. Elizabeth. What is the name of the person who, not Elizabeth. What is the name of the person who edited the Dial, the periodical, the Dial? Margaret Fuller. Margaret Fuller. Very good. Very good. Okay, tell me who wrote Moby Dick and Billy Budd. It is Herman Melville. What is the subtitle of Billy Budd? Billy Budd. Billy Budd, Sailor. Billy Budd, Sailor. What is the subtitle of Moby Dick? Moby Dick, the Whale. Correct. What is the name of the Parsi character in Moby Dick? What is the name of the Parsi character in Moby Dick? Fedella. Fedella. Fedellah. Captain Ahab is there, correct? That's right. Do you remember Starbuck? Starbuck. Starbuck is the sailor, second in command on the ship, isn't it? Starbucks is the place where we can go to drink coffee. Starbuck is the second in command after Captain Ahab. Don't you remember? Right. Yes, it is dedicated to Hawthorne. That's right. Now, what is the name of the ship? What is the name of the ship on which Moby Dick is set? It is Pequod. What is the name of the narrator? What is the name of the narrator? Ishmael, correct. Ishmael. What is the name of the ship that rescues Ishmael? The ship that rescues Ishmael? It is Rachel. Rachel. Okay? Right. So, alumni faculty, when you do your sessions along with me, please remember to bring some 10 questions. And for each question, you should be able to cross connect and ask like this. You should remember to read extra and make notes, and then it'll be easy. And it will immensely help the students. And we will do based on the questions that were previously asked. It will immensely help you also. Okay, we will follow the pattern of the questions that from the previous, because there are some very rare areas and all in the questions, in the question paper. Okay, Herman Melville we were talking about. Do you remember the year in which Moby Dick was published? 1851, 1 year after Scarlet Letter. I am a little less energetic today because of my headache. I hope you don't mind. Do you know any other work by Herman Melville? Do you know any other work by Herman Melville? This is Moby Dick and Billy Budd you have here. We have Typee, correct. White Jacket. Very good. So this is the K set, G set, WB set free crash course, and Red Burn, correct. And those who want to join our paid courses can join, and our classes will start from 9th. Otherwise, you can be in the free course and you can do a lot of work based on these sessions. Okay. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and the Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Tell me, these are the works by? These are the works by Mark Twain. Correct. Mark Twain. What is the original name of Mark Twain? Samuel Langhorne Clemens. That is the original name of Mark Twain. Samuel Langhorne Clemens. Very good. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is called The Great Dash. Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is called The Great Dash. 1884, not 17, 1884. It is called The Great American Novel. The Great American Novel. That's right. Do you know who called Mark Twain? No, who said that all American literature comes from Huckleberry Finn? It is Ernest Hemingway who said that. Ernest Hemingway who said that. What is the region depicted in the works of Mark Twain? What is the region depicted? The Mississippi region. Isn't it? The Mississippi region. Okay. Was Mark Twain a river pilot or was he a fisherman? Was Mark Twain a river pilot? Yes, he was a river pilot. Okay, which is the work by Mark Twain set in the time of King Arthur? A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's court. A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's court. Okay, very good. Now, you will remember this. If you don't remember, you can watch this again. All right. Now, tell me, which is the novel by Mark Twain about the age, one age. The age is very superficial. He's criticizing that age in that novel. The age is very superficial. They are not paying attention to the important aspects. That is right, Kaushiki. It is Gilded Age. The Gilded Age is a novel by Mark Twain. Wonderful. The Gilded Age. All right. There are many other novels. At least in Wikipedia, you should listen. This is the K set, WB set, G set free crash course. Those who are listening to me may please read extra about these writers. Tell me who wrote The Portrait of a Lady and The Turn of the Screw. It is Henry James. Henry James. In Henry James's novel, we see center of dash. In Henry James's novels, we see center of dash. Center of consciousness. He talked about everything from one person's consciousness. Center of consciousness, that is one important term. Limited point of view, that is another important term in Henry James. Okay? Henry James was an American who came and traveled in England. What is the critical work that he wrote? A very famous essay, The Art of Fiction. Henry James wrote The Art of Fiction. Okay, The Art of Fiction. That's right. Which is the ghost novella by Henry James? The ghost novella. It is The Turn of the Screw. The Turn of the Screw. Who is Henry James's brother? Who is Henry James's brother? William James. What did he coin? He coined the term stream of consciousness. William James coined the term stream of consciousness. Very good. In which book of Henry James do we have Isabel Archer? Isabel Archer. It is in The Portrait of a Lady. Correct. The Portrait of a Lady. In which book of Henry James do we have Lambert Strather? Lambert Strather. Lambert Strather is in The Ambassadors. Double consciousness is coined by W.E.B. Du Bois Shivu. W.E.B. Du Bois is different. He is African American. Okay? Very good. Now, The Awakening. Another American writer wrote The Awakening. Do you know who wrote The Awakening? It is Kate Chopin, an early feminist writer. Okay? Everybody on YouTube, this is a free session for K set, G set, and WB set. It is part of the free crash course that we are running. In the description of the crash course, you will get the Telegram group link. There are polls. There are live sessions like this. And there will be one model test. On the 9th of this month, we are also starting a paid course. There you will get a lot more of all this. And our alumni faculty are being introduced from this course onwards. Okay. Kate Chopin wrote The Awakening. That is a very important work. Kate Chopin is an early feminist writer. She also wrote a short story, The Story of an Hour. Do you know The House of Mirth and the Age of Innocence is also written by a female writer of America. A female writer. It is indeed correct. It is indeed Edith Wharton. Edith Wharton. Okay? Edith Wharton. Very good. Now, The House of Mirth and the Age of Innocence. They are very important novels. The Age of Innocence got Pulitzer Prize. Pulitzer Prize. There is another novel on which The Age of Innocence is based. Do you know that novel? The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton is based on another novel. It is Henry James's Portrait of a Lady. Henry James's Portrait of a Lady. Okay, some similarity is there between the two. Edith Wharton was the first American woman to win the Pulitzer Prize. The first American woman to win the Pulitzer Prize. And there is another famous novel that she wrote, Ethan Frome, Frome, Ethan Frome. They are very deep novels that she wrote. Okay? Good. Now, The Great Gatsby and Tender is the Night. Tell me who is the author? The Great Gatsby And Tender is the Night. That is right. It is F. Scott Fitzgerald. F. Scott Fitzgerald. The Great Gatsby is a 1925 novel. In the movie The Great Gatsby, an Indian actor acted. Who is the actor? Amitabh Bachchan. That's right. And as you're pointing out on Zoom, that is right, Gauri Nandana. He wrote other important novels too. F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Beautiful and the Damned, This Side of Paradise. Those are very famous works. The Beautiful and the Damned, This Side of Paradise, and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. All right. F. Scott Fitzgerald. F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote The Great Gatsby. That is very famous, 1925. Tender is the Night, The Beautiful and the Damned, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and also This Side of Paradise. Do you know what is Edward Fitzgerald famous for? What is Edward Fitzgerald famous for? Edward Fitzgerald is famous for translation of Rubaiyat. Translation of Rubaiyat. Okay, Edward Fitzgerald was a British writer. Okay, The Sun Also Rises, A Farewell to Arms, The Old Man and the Sea. Tell me, who is the author? It is Ernest Hemingway, correct. Ernest Hemingway. Which of these was the first novel of Hemingway? The Sun Also Rises. Which always please answer in the short form, okay? In the Zoom, on Zoom. Uh, People on YouTube, if you want to attend the Zoom session live, you can join the Telegram group for KSET, GSET, WBSET. It will be there in the description of the video later. Farewell to Arms. Okay, it is about a man deserting war. What is his name? Lieutenant Frederick Henry. Which of these novels won Pulitzer Prize? The Old Man and the Sea. The Old Man and the Sea. Very good. What is the name of the protagonist in Old Man and the Sea? Santiago. Santiago. In KSET, GSET, WBSET exams, 60% of questions are traditional, very simple questions that I can easily teach you like this. Our alumni faculty will also help us to do it. Whereas there are some other questions which are very new, and yes, Hemingway also wrote For Whom the Bell Tolls. Very new areas in Northeast literature or LGBTQ literature or some post-humanism, some contemporary literature. That also will come. Okay, we will cover all that. Right. Now, The Sound and the Fury, As I Lay Dying, Absalom, Absalom. What are which are these novels? Who wrote it? Tell me. William Faulkner. That is right. William Faulkner wrote The Sound and the Fury, 1929 novel. The Sound and the Fury, As I Lay Dying, Absalom, Absalom. A woman, Addie Brandon, is there in which of these novels? Addie Brandon is the woman who is dying in As I Lay Dying. Okay. A mentally disabled boy called Benji or Maori is there in which of these novels? A mentally disabled character called Benji or Maori is there in which of these novels? It is in The Sound and the Fury. Okay. I'm going to ask you some true or false questions because many questions are statement type. Okay. So, did William Faulkner write A Rose for Emily? A short story called A Rose for Emily? Yes, William Faulkner did. Did William Faulkner write Sanctuary or Sartoris? Which of these? Did William Faulkner write Sanctuary or Sartoris? Answer is both. Both are by William Faulkner. William Faulkner wrote both Sanctuary, and Sartoris. Okay. Did William Faulkner write the Hamlet? Yes. William Faulkner, just Hamlet is by Shakespeare. William Faulkner wrote the village, the Hamlet, the town, I think, 3 novels. It is called Sartoris Trilogy. Sartoris Trilogy is by William Faulkner. Okay. William Faulkner, Sartoris Trilogy. What? It is not Sartoris Trilogy. What trilogy it is? I'm confused. Snopes trilogy. I got it. It is Snopes trilogy, not Sartoris trilogy. Snopes. Snopes trilogy. Let me check. Snopes trilogy. Yes. The hamlet, the town, the mansion, not the village. The hamlet, the town, the mansion. Okay, now we remember. William Faulkner wrote Snopes trilogy. The hamlet, the town, the mansion. Okay, wonderful. Snopes trilogy. I mentioned the village. Do you remember who wrote the village? Mulkraj Anand. The village across the black waters, the sword and the sickle. That is Mulkraj Anand. The village across the black waters, the sword and the sickle. That is Lalu trilogy. Correct. Now, do you know who wrote the Grapes of Wrath? It is John Steinbeck. John Steinbeck wrote The Grapes of Wrath. It is also part of a trilogy. It is called Dust Bowl Trilogy. Dust Bowl Trilogy. Isn't it? Right. What are the novels of Dust Bowl Trilogy? Is Of Mice and Men part of Dust Bowl Trilogy? Is Of Mice and Men part of Dust Bowl Trilogy? Right. Yes. In Dubious Battle, correct. In Dubious Battle, Of Mice and Men and The Grapes of Wrath. Grapes of Wrath was published in 1939, 59 or 79. Grapes of Wrath was published in 1939. Correct. It is 1939. 1939. And John Steinbeck, William Faulkner, they were all modernists. They came on in the Great Depression period. Great Depression. Who wrote Invisible Man? It is by Ralph Ellison. Who wrote The Invisible Man? The Invisible Man. Ellison. The Invisible Man is by H.G. Wells. The Invisible Man is by H.G. Wells. Okay? Invisible Man is about a black man who feels invisible. Isn't it? Right. Do you know who wrote Native Son? Those who are in the free crash course, please read extra about all this. Okay? Wonderful. A lot of people have joined. Thank you. Now, Native Son is by Richard Wright. Native Son. Do you know the name of the protagonist in Native Son? I have a bad headache and it is affecting my class. I hope you will forgive me. Bigger Thomas. Very good. Bigger Thomas is the protagonist of Native Son. Wonderful. Do you know any other work by Richard Wright? Do you know any other work by Richard Wright? Black Boy. Correct. Black Boy is by Richard Wright. Native Son, Black Boy, Uncle Tom's Children, The Outsider. Which European writer wrote The Outsider other than Richard Wright? It is Albert Camus, C-A-M-U-S. Albert Camus, C-A-M-U-S. Okay. Realme RMX. Who are you? What is your name? The Catcher in the Rye. Do you know the author? The Catcher in the Rye. It is J.D. Salinger. Correct, Annakamachi. Wonderful. Correct. J.D. Salinger is the author of The Catcher in the Rye. Do you remember the... Oh, you're Shravani. I thought so. Wonderful. Stabani, you should join our alumni faculty. You should text me after the class. We have, it is 5th of September, and we have started alumni faculty program where anybody who has been teaching, who has been learning with Vallath and who has passed exams can come and teach occasionally 1 or 2 classes. It is not a job, but you will be in touch with all the topics. You will hone your teaching skills, and without, of course, I will pay you for it. But without stress of a job, doing what you do, you can join us. But you should have passed exams. Okay? Right. The Catcher in the Rye is by J.D. Salinger. Holden Caulfield. Vidhi, yes, Vidhi, I know you cleared MH set. Those who are listening to me, if you are interested in alumni faculty program, you can tell me. There is a limit. I cannot have hundreds of people in alumni faculty. Only minimum number. Yes, those who are working as lecturers, those who are research scholars can all do it. Yes, Catch 22. This is a Vallath Connect program to be in touch with Vallath. Catch 22. Please tell me who is the author? Joseph Heller. Jean Rice is the author of White Sargasso Sea. Joseph Heller wrote Catch 22. Is Catch 22 what is it? Is Catch 22 a war novel? Yes, yes, yes. Catch 22 is a war novel. Captain, what is the name of the captain, the protagonist captain? What is the name of the captain, the protagonist? Captain John Yossarian. Captain John Yossarian. Okay, we have a big presentation. I'm still in the beginning. Let us move forward faster. Slaughterhouse-Five is a postmodern novel, American novel by Kurt Vonnegut. Kurt Vonnegut. Is this a war novel? Is this a war novel? Yes, this is also a war novel. Prisoners of war are stationed in an underground meat locker. Tell me who wrote Beloved and Song of Solomon? Beloved and Song of Solomon. It is Toni Morrison. Toni Morrison. Very good. In which of these novels do you have an escaped slave called Sete? Beloved. In which novel by Toni Morrison do you have a woman, a woman who becomes a prostitute like her mother and grandmother? A woman, the central character. Sula, correct. Sula. Very good. In which novel do you have Pecola? It is indeed The Bluest Eye. Correct. Is there a trilogy by Toni Morrison? Is there a trilogy by Toni Morrison? Yes, there is a trilogy by Toni Morrison. Do you know the names of the books in that trilogy? Beloved, Jars and Paradise. Not Tar Baby. Beloved, Jars and Paradise, Shravani. It is Beloved, Jars and Paradise. Okay, very good. Did Toni Morrison write a play based on a Shakespearean character? Yes. It is Desdemona. Desdemona, the play. Very good. Who wrote The Color Purple? Alice Walker wrote The Color Purple. Isn't it? Alice Walker wrote The Color Purple. Tell me, is Alice Walker related to a certain branch of feminism? Yes, it is called womanism. Womanism. Did Alice Walker write In Search of Our Mother's Gardens? Did Alice Walker write In Search of Our Mother's Gardens? Yes, indeed. She wrote In Search of Our Mother's Gardens. Did Alice Walker write a novel called Meridian? Yes, Meridian is a novel by Alice Walker. Possessing the Secret of Dash. Tell me. Possessing the Secret of Dash. Secret of Joy. Correct. Does Alice Walker have a daughter Who is famous? Yes, Rebecca Walker. Rebecca Walker. Isn't it? Wonderful. All right. Tell me this. Their eyes were watching God. Who is the author? Ah, Rebecca Walker said, I am the third wave. Correct. Zora Neale Hurston. Does she belong to any group? Does she belong to any group? Harlem Renaissance. Correct. Harlem Renaissance. Who are the other writers of Harlem Renaissance? Langston Hughes, Claude McKay, then Jean Toomer. Correct. Wonderful. Interpreter of Maladies and the Namesake. Who wrote them? She is an Indian American. Jhumpa Lahiri. Right, Jhumpa Lahiri. Very good. So, we have come to the end of the American literature part. This is a free crash course for KSET, GSET, and WB set. We will do some sessions like this, 3-4 sessions. We will also give you a lot of material, lot of polls and quizzes, and we invite you to our paid course. There we will have even more material. Those who have not done any of our courses may please do it, because at Valat we teach very deeply, and once you do one Valat course, you will pass many exams for sure. Okay, with this small course, you might even pass NET. With that dedication and seriousness, we are doing this. I request all of you who are not students of Valat till now to please join the paid courses. Okay, now let us move on to Poetry and Drama of the United States. Leaves of Grass was published in 1855. As soon as you see the title, you can tell me the answer. Who is the author? It is Walt Whitman, July 4th, 1855. When Walt Whitman first published it, how many poems were there in the first edition? There were 12 poems. There were 12 poems. The aim of this session is to give you the sure shot authors. Please read extra about all these authors in the free course. Okay? The free course people may please read extra. In the paid course, we will do questions based on all of them. Okay. Do you know Mending Wall, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening? Please tell me who is the author. It is indeed Robert Frost. Robert Frost. The Road Not Taken, Fire and Ice, Nothing Gold Can Stay. Okay. Today itself, please read about it. Do you know that Robert Frost got Pulitzer Prize? How many times did he get it? How many times did he get Pulitzer Prize? He got it 4 times. Wow. Isn't it wonderful? Now, wonderful, very good. You have to look at all his major works and titles. Which of the following is not a work by Robert Frost? Like that, they can ask you questions. I will give you some titles. The Winding Stair. Is it by Robert Frost? O'Neill also got 4 times, correct. The Winding Stair, is it a novel by Robert Frost? Is it a book by Robert Frost? No, it is by W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats. Okay, North of Boston. Is it by Robert Frost? Yes, it is by Robert Frost. Lupercal, is it by Robert Frost? No, it is by Ted Hughes. Very good. Mountain Interval. Yes, it is by Robert Frost. North Ship. No, it is by Philip Larkin. It is by Philip Larkin. North is by Seamus Heaney. North Ship is by Philip Larkin. North is by Seamus Heaney. North Ship is by Philip Larkin. Okay? So I'm just telling you all these things. Remember to read extra. Harmonium. Do you know who wrote Harmonium? Poetry collection. I will give you a clue. He's a confessional poet. He's a confessional poet. It is Robert Lovell. Robert Lovell. Robert Lovell was a teacher of Sylvia Plath and Anne Sexton. No, Wallace Stevens, not Robert Lovell. It is Wallace Stevens. Sorry. It is a mistake that I made. Wallace Stevens. Robert Lovell wrote Life Studies. Sorry, guys. I made a silly mistake. Wallace Stevens wrote Harmonium. Robert Lovell wrote, what did Robert Lovell write? Just now I said. Tell. Life Studies. Correct. Life Studies. Do you know the poems by Wallace Stevens? The Emperor of Ice Cream, Anecdote of the Jar, Sunday Morning. Okay, Wallace Stevens is an important modernist poet of America. Wallace Stevens is an important modernist poet of America. Robert Lovell is a confessional poet. I made a mistake. Right. This is not a mistake. Oh, but I forgot to put the animation. The Weary Blues is by Langston Hughes. Okay, he is from Harlem Renaissance. The Weary. Do you know who wrote Annie Allen? It is a woman writer, black woman writer. Annie Allen, Gwendolyn Brooks. Black women writers, please look up. They always ask questions from black women writers. Maya Angelou, Gwendolyn Brooks, Rita Dove. Already we talked about Alice Walker. Ariel is the famous collection. Maud Martha, correct. A Street in Bronzeville. Sylvia, those are by Gwendolyn Brooks. Ariel is a work by Sylvia Plath. Ariel poems are written by T.S. Eliot. Please look up all the major poems. Those who are in free course, please look up all the major poems of Sylvia Plath. Okay. Diving into the Wreck. Tell me. Diving into the Wreck is a major poem by. She is also a feminist critic, Adrienne Rich. Adrienne Rich. She is the one who wrote Compulsory Heterosexuality and Lesbian Existence. Howl is by Howl. Allen Ginsberg. He is a Beat Generation writer. Kaddish. Kaddish is about his. Allen Ginsberg's Kaddish is about his mother. Very good. Ginsberg wrote Kaddish about his mother. That question was asked in one of the previous year questions of set. Supermarket in California. Sunflower Sutra. Correct. These are all by Allen Ginsberg. Very good. Allen Ginsberg is also remembered with which other man? Jack Kerouac. Jack Kerouac, who wrote On the Road. Long Day's Journey into Night is by Eugene O'Neill. All the plays of Eugene O'Neill are important. Can you quickly tell me some? All the plays of Eugene O'Neill. Can you quickly tell me some? Beyond the Horizon, The Hairy Ape. Very good. Beyond the Horizon, The Hairy Ape. Then Emperor Jones. Very good. These are all very important plays by Eugene O'Neill. Remember, those who are serious about set, please look them up. Morning Becomes Electra. Who wrote A Streetcar Named Desire? It is Tennessee Williams. Tennessee Williams. What are the other works? Glass Menagerie. Then A Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Strange Interlude. Okay. Summer and Smoke. Strange Interlude is by Eugene O'Neill. I made a mistake. Yes. Strange Interlude is by, I'm thinking of something else. The play where that man is killed by homosexuals. It is not Strange Interlude. Night of the Iguana. No, something else. Beginning with S. Oh no, my head. Because of my headache, I'm not able to remember. It's okay. Suddenly Last Summer. Correct. Thank God our alumni faculty are here. Suddenly Last Summer. Correct. Strange Interlude is by Eugene O'Neill. Suddenly Last Summer is by Tennessee Williams. Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. All of you know it's a very important writer. You can get a question. Arthur Miller's other works are important. Arthur Miller is a Depression era writer. Uh, you can tell me, you can just continuously chat. What are the other works of Arthur Miller? All My Sons. That's a very important work. All My Sons. The Crucible. Correct. Do you know who wrote Fences? It's a black African American writer. It is August Wilson. August Wilson wrote Fences. Very important work. All right. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? It is an absurd playwright. Piano Lesson also August Wilson. Okay. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf is by Edward Albee. Edward Albee. Those who are doing the free course, free crash course, please read extra about all these writers. Okay, Edward Albee wrote Who is Afraid of Virginia Woolf? You'll surely get some questions from here. The Goat or Who is Sylvia? Correct. The Goat or Who is Sylvia? A Delicate Balance. The Zoo Story. The American Dream. Three Tall Women. Wonderful. Tiny Alice. Wow, I didn't know all this. Edward Albee is a very important. A Sandbox. Correct. Sandbox. Remember, we are learning from one another like this. Please attend classes always in the free crash course so that we can all learn together. Okay? Now, we are moving on to Ireland, Irish writers. I am not doing a very in-depth study today. I am only giving you the sure-shot authors. Okay, James Joyce, who wrote Dubliners, A Portrait of the Artist and Ulysses. Then, who wrote The Playboy of the Western World? It is J.M. Synge. J.M. Synge. Who wrote Juno and the Peacock? It is Sean O'Casey. Isn't it? Shadow of a Gunman, Juno and the Peacock, The Plough and the Stars. Okay, these are sure shot authors. Sean O'Casey is important. Waiting for Godot, all of you know. It is Samuel Beckett. He's an Irish writer. Samuel Beckett's works are important. Crab's Last Tape, End Game, Waiting for Godot, Detail you should know. He also wrote novels. North and Field Work are by Seamus Heaney. He's also an Irish writer. Translations, do you know who wrote? Irish writer. They have asked in net about this man. It is Brian Friel. Brian Friel, please look up. Brian Friel is an important Irish writer. Once they asked in net also. The Country Girls by Edna O'Brien. Edna O'Brien is also a very popular Irish writer. Okay? Those who don't know may please look them up. Now, India and South Asia. Malgudi Days and Guide. Everybody knows it is R.K. Narayan, Untouchable and Coolie, Mulk Rajanand. All these writers are important. Kantapura, Raja Rao, Midnight Children, Salman Rushdie. We should know all the works. Start looking up. We have two months for set exam. Please start reading those who are in the free crash course. If you want our support and materials more, you can join the paid course which is coming on the 9th. I'm saying repeatedly for the sake of the YouTubers, and also many people are coming and going on Zoom. The Shadow Lines and Sea of Poppies. Very famous writer, Amitav Ghosh. Wonderful. I hope this is helping you. Are you enjoying this session? It's like a brainstorming and reviving all your memories. Those who are new also, they have got a lot of material here. Right. A Suitable Boy. Vikram Seth. Vikram Seth. The God of Small Things. Arundhati Roy. Arundhati Roy. Wonderful. Clear Light of Day. Clear Light of Day. Anita Desai. You should remember the other works of Anita Desai, which is the first work, Cry the Peacock. Cry the Peacock. The Inheritance of Loss. The Inheritance of Loss. It is by Kiran Desai. Correct. Anita Desai's daughter. The White Tiger. All of you know. Aravind Adiga. Look up all the works of Aravind Adiga. Okay. Other works will be very important. Please remember to look up. Ice Candy Man or Cracking India. It is by Bapsi Sidhwa, Pakistani writer, isn't it? Pakistani writer. Burnt Shadows. Not Indian. It is by Kamila Shamsi, who wrote Cartography, Home Fire, Burnt Shadows. Some of these contemporary writers are very important for net and set exams. A Fine Balance. All of you know, Rohinton Mystery. WB set people, please look up Northeast literature also. We will also do some sessions and polls on that. Final Solutions. It got Sahitya Academy Award. It is by Mahesh Dattani. Mahesh Dattani. Now let us move on to authors of Africa. Things Fall Apart and No Longer at Ease. Easy peasy. It is Chinua Achebe. Things Fall Apart, No Longer at Ease, and Arrow of God. Those are the three novels of Achebe that form a trilogy. Right. Death and the King's Horseman. Death and the King's Horseman. It is by Wole Soyinka. Wole Soyinka wrote Death and the King's Horseman. A Grain of Wheat. A Grain of Wheat. Many of you are answering. I'm so happy. Those who are silent also, please answer. What I do is I just copy paste from whoever is answering. Even that helps a lot. A Grain of Wheat is Ngugi wa Thiong'o. Ngugi wa Thiong'o is from which country? Kenya. That's right. Kenya. The Joys of Motherhood. Buchi Emacheta. Buchi Emacheta. Wonderful. Half of a Yellow Sun. Half of a Yellow Sun. Chimamanda Adichie. Chimamanda Adichie. Reminding you to read extra on these writers. The beautiful ones are not yet born. It is Aikwe Arma. Aikwe Arma. Wonderful. Changes. Amata Idu. Okay, Ghana. Amata Idu. At Valad, we have lots of, codes. Amma makes khana, right? Ai also is Amma. So Ai and Amma make khana. So they are from GHNA Ghana. Burger's Daughter. This person you know very well. Anova also correct. Burger's Daughter is by Nadine Gaudimer. Nadine Gaudimer. Disgrace. It is by J.M. Coetzee. J.M. Coetzee. Master Harold and the Boys. Do you know? Master Harold and the Boys. Those who don't know, remember Athol Fugard. It's a play. Okay, African. Athol Fugard. Those who don't know, don't worry at all. Don't get stressed. You can just read a little extra. Maru, Bessie Head. Now, these are not extremely important. Song of Lavino. Do you know? Okot P. Bitek. Some code we had for Okot P. Bitek. What was it? Song of Lavino is by phrase from Uganda. Correct, Travesty. Maps. Maps, Gifts and Secrets. I remember that. Head. Maps, Gifts and Secrets is by Nuruddin Farah, Somalian writer. Those who are beginners and who are starting, they take this as a very good roadmap. A very good, since I said map, this is a roadmap for you. This presentation. Nervous Conditions. Tsitsi Dangaramga. She's from Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. A quick look at Caribbean writers who wrote Omeros. Derek Walcott. Derek Walcott wrote an epic poem called Omeros. Derek Walcott is important in exams. They will ask some questions based on him, okay? We have to look up his works. A House for Mr. Biswas. Everybody might know. Yeah, Derek Walcott wrote Dream on Monkey Mountain. Napal, V.S. Napal wrote A House for Mr. Biswas. Can you quickly tell me other works of V.S. Napal? Mimic Men, Miguel Street. Isn't it? Right. Then he has written a travelogue, India travelogue. Mystic Monsieur. That's right. India travelogue. In the castle of my skin. In the castle of my skin. It is by George Lamming. George Lamming. He also wrote based on Prospero and Caliban. Right? The Dragon Can't Dance is by Earl Lovelace. Who wrote Adivasi will not dance? Hansda Sowendra Shekhar. WB said, people, you might get this question. Hansda Sowendra Shekhar wrote The Adivasi Will Not Dance. The Lonely Londoners. Do you remember this author? It is Sam Selwyn. Sam Selwyn. Annie John, Jamaican writer. Her name is Jamaica Kincaid. Not Jamaican, I think. Is she Dominican? Annie John, Lucy, the autobiography of my mother. These are by Jamaica Kincaid. The Arrivants. Kamau Brathwaite. Kamau Brathwaite. No Telephone to Heaven. It's a recent novel by Michelle Cliff. No Telephone to Heaven. Okay, we should update our knowledge. We should know more and more writers. Home to Harlem and Poems. Claude McKay. He's a Harlem Renaissance writer. Quick look at Canada. Handmaid's Tale and Surfacing. Margaret Atwood. Right. The English Patient and Running in the Family. Michael Ondaatje. Michael Ondaatje. He's a Sri Lankan Canadian, as you know. Fifth Business. Robertson Davies. The Apprenticeship of Daddy Kravitz. These are all the traditional writers. Contemporary writers also we should do later. Mordecai Richler. Mordecai Richler. Green Grass, Running Water. Green Grass, Running Water. Thomas King. Thomas King. Very good. Life of Pi. Life of Pi. Jan Martel. I hope you're remembering all these writers. I know that some of you might feel like overloaded, but remember, this is the roadmap. You can just read extra. Tree and Voss, Tree of Man and Voss. In case that they asked a textual question from Tree of Man, we should know the story also. It is Patrick White. Patrick White. Oscar and Lucinda. It is by Peter Carey. Peter Carey. Remembering Babylon. Remembering Babylon is by David Malouf. David Malouf. Cloud Street. He's an environmentalist writer. Tim Winton. He's Australian. I forgot to put Australia. Now we have moved to Australian. Okay. Canadian is over. I forgot to put the slide. The Man Who Loved Children. Do you know? Christina Stead. Christina Stead. Owls Do Cry. Do you know? It is Janet Frame. Native. Okay? Native Australian. I think she's New Zealand. Maori. The Bone People. She's also a Maori writer. Bone People was written by a Maori writer. People of the Deer also. Kerry Hume. Kerry Hume. The Whale Rider. Viti Ihimara. Like there's some rare questions, rare names also they will ask. So we have come to the end of this presentation. You won't believe this, guys. We did 100 authors almost. Almost 100 authors we did. Okay, wasn't it amazing? I think it was amazing. Would any of the, faculty, alumni faculty like to speak? Kaushiki or Shabani or somebody, would you like to speak about how beautiful it is to learn all these things? Karun, please don't take it as stressful. Just be happy to read extra. Okay, I'm opening the mic. Please speak two sentences and then we can end the session. Please open the mic and speak. I don't know if you're in a position to speak. Anaka Machi, would you like to speak? Please speak.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, guys. Thank you, ma'am. It's very useful. I hope with this, you people can read extra. I'm sure this helps all of you, and if it's best, you can join our course. It's really helpful, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You.
for this
So
session.
I'm glad that we are all together here. We'll do great work together. All right. So thank you all. See you tomorrow for literary theory concepts. That is what we are doing tomorrow. Literary theory concepts. Okay. Thank you very much.
Ma'am,
Bye.
it was a wonderful session by you, ma'am. No one can beat you, ma'am. Really wonderful session. And all the questions, whatever you asked, definitely that was the gunshot questions. And we will definitely see in the papers. Thank you so much, ma'am. No one
Thank
can
you,
beat
Ria.
you. Hats off to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ria. All right. So we will end the session.